I'd like to talk about athletics for just a moment. Now, you are in the Guinness Book of World Records, and you are a world record holder in weightlifting. You have lifted over 7,000 pounds, as I understand it, with one hand, one arm.
Twice I did it, once with my right hand and once with my left hand. I did it.
How did you do it? That's a lot of weight, 7,000 pounds, Sri Chinmoy.
Again, it is all, as I said before, it is all God's grace. If we pray to God, then whatever He wants to do in and through us, you know, my own body weight I have lifted 100 times. And tomorrow, our philosophy is the philosophy of self-transcendence. We do not compete with anybody. We compete only with ourselves. If I'm a good person, I try to become a better person. If I'm better, then I try to become a best person, but not by competing with others. Only I know my own limitations. Yesterday, I know how much limitation I had, weaknesses. Today, I try to minimize it. Tomorrow, I will try to make it, diminish it completely. See, tomorrow, I will do something in my weightlifting world. About 2 years ago, I lifted my body weight. At that time, my body weight was 156 pounds, and I lifted it 100 times, and in front of the international judge. The same judge will come tomorrow to examine me, and I will try to better my timing. Yes, previously it was 23 minutes, and tomorrow I will try to do it in 15 minutes. So it's self-transcendence. I compete with myself. This is how we are trying to improve not only the physical, but the mind, the heart, and everything that we have and we are.
Why is it important to work on the physical strength as well as the spiritual?
Physical strength is if you are physically strong. I'm not saying I have to be the world's strongest man. Far from it. I don't want to be world's greatest boxer or wrestler. No, but if we have strength, some physical strength, not to fight, then our mind gets some nourishment. Our vital gets nourishment. This is something we are using for the right purpose. If I'm very weak, if physically weak, mentally weak, then I can, every morning I will get up and I'll have headache, stomach upset, and so many things, then it will torture. But if I'm physically fit, here physical strength is physical fitness. If I'm physically fit, then early in the morning I'll be able to pray and meditate and do the needful. That is why we give so much importance to physical fitness. While we are physically fit, and if strength comes from physical fitness, I feel it is quite acceptable.
About perfection in this case, you began weightlifting only a couple of years ago.
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. You were, what, 54 at the time?
At that time.
Yeah, and now in this video, which we did just a little earlier, so that we would have it ready and you could talk to us while we're seeing it, you're actually, while lifting more than you weigh. Your body weight is 155.
Yes. My body weight was to the 54.5, and here it is over 155.
And so this is now lifting more than your body weight is. And you've lifted as much as over 7,000 pounds with one arm. Usually you do it with the right arm, and I know here you're doing it with the left. Why?
I'm so happy. No, I did with my right arm. Unfortunately, it didn't come out. But here, so left one is successful. But I'm very happy that for the first time, here I have done with my left hand. This is my first attempt here at the studio. I'm very grateful.
This is the first time on TV?
First time on TV.
I'm glad you chose here to do it. But to you, weightlifting is important, not in and of itself, though. I mean, you're not looking just to set world records as a weightlifter.
Oh, no, far from it. Only I'm trying to, increase my capacity, outer and inner. I compete with myself. I never compete with anybody else.
Right.
And if I have good qualities, I try to increase. And if I have bad qualities, I try to decrease. This is the thing. When you are in desire life, we try to minimize our desire life, and when we are in our aspirational life, prayer life, we try to increase. All the good, we have good qualities and bad qualities as well. Yeah. We try to increase our good qualities by disciplining our lives, and then decrease our good qualities again by disciplining our lives. So discipline is of paramount importance.
That's really the goal. You weren't looking to be a professional weightlifter.
Far from it. Only I'm trying to be a good citizen of the world, a good citizen. I am trying to become a good instrument of my Lord Supreme.
Makes sense, but it is a little unusual in any event to start weightlifting at the age of 54.
Well,
A lot of people, by the time I'm 54, I hope to think about retiring. I'm sitting on a beach
retiring a lot before 54.
But you're more active at your age than most people are who are 20 and 30 years younger.
Our prayer life has taught us that we are all children of God. So if we think and feel that we are children of God, then there is no such thing as this age barrier, whether I'm 56 years old. But again, I don't feel like 56. There will be again some human beings will be 20, but they feel they're like octogenarian, they can't move.
Yes.
Age is a
It
state
is all
of mind.
a state of mind.
Yeah.
The mind makes you feel you are weak, you are useless. Again, the same mind can say, no, you are strong, you can achieve quite a few things.
It is true. It's almost like an intense form of positive thinking.
Yes.
And it's so true, especially for the people viewing the show right now. We are so inclined to be terribly negative.
Yes.
We can easily worry, be despair, be depressed. If you say to somebody, well, what's bothering you? Pull yourself out of it. I can't. I can't. You know, I'm down and I can't pull myself out of it. And I think it's all right to have those feelings, but I think we also should recognize, as you say, that we can pull ourselves out of distressful or despairing times.
I think the mass media doesn't help either, frankly.
No.
It puts such an emphasis on so-called youth that when somebody gets a little older, they say, oh, I can't do that, I'm too old.
True.
And that's a bad way
There's
to think.
also the emphasis on negativity. I mean, as this winter approaches, when you get that winter cold this year, take this medication.
So they're already setting us up to get the cold. You don't get that, fortunately, too often, huh?
I don't get
Colds
it.
and flus, huh?
No, fortunately, I don't get it. Because, as you said, disciplined life always helps us, it protects us. If we are in the world of discipline throughout the year, then we can fight against cold and heat and so forth. Because the inner strength, when the inner strength comes to the fore, we can accept the outer challenges very easily.
Well, you I know this is part of the physical body when you're lifting weights, but something must be going on inside the mind when that's happening. What is going on inside you when you're doing that physical act? We see the physical result of it, but what is going on inside you mentally?
Mentally, I do not allow any thought whatsoever to enter into my mind. I keep my mind absolutely calm, quiet, and tranquil. No thought can enter into my mind while I am lifting. Because if they are good thoughts, I may be carried away. And if they're bad thoughts, they'll lower my consciousness and weaken me. Here, this is not the time for me to indulge in good thoughts or bad thoughts. Here is only my goal. I, as a seeker, I'm trying to reach my goal. So between my goal and my effort, there should be nothing, nobody. Only here I am and my goal is here. So I have to climb up the Himalayas. I'm now at the foot of the Himalayas, but I would like to climb up the Himalayas. I do not want to be, there should be nothing to interfere. I will not allow anything to intervene. I am as a traveler, and I'll climb up the mountain.
I cannot understand how you are able to train for 3 hours, doing all you do.
In my case, when I don't do, even if I don't take, say, 2 exercises on that machine, then I feel mentally weak. If I do not take all the exercises that are in my schedule, I feel mentally uncomfortable. And if I don't do it for 2 or 3 days, then I really feel miserable. It's like it becomes something.
I can understand that.
But again, I'm doing too much.
Well, I'm inclined to say yes, you are doing far too much. But the mere fact that you do it throws all my own standards out the window.
Again, if I do not do, mentally I become weak, and then I cannot do. Sometimes you are absolutely right. When I go out on vacation, Christmas vacation, and then I do not get all the facilities, quite a few things I could not do. When I come back and I don't suffer, I can lift up higher weights. But the question is, on a regular basis, when I'm here in New York, if I do not practice regularly, if I don't do all the exercise, then I feel sad. The following day, sadness is not the important thing. Mentally, I feel a kind of mental barrier I face, following as if I'm starting from the very beginning.
Yeah, I to all my competing life is that while there has been somebody on this earth of my body weight who's lifted more than me, then I have felt there was a goal for me to try and achieve.
I said, in my case, since it is 100%, I depend on the grace from above. So I take at least 3 minutes or more for each lift. I do it, and then I pray, meditate, concentrate. When I feel that I'm inwardly energized, I try to do it. Before that, I do not do it. So here also, I do not listen to that well-established theory. I do it as soon as possible. Many things I have done, which my physical mind. I am one of those who are. I fully agree with you. When I use my mind, fully agree with you. But when I lose my mind, or when I try to go beyond the mind, then these barriers that the mind creates, that you have to go from 1 to 2. Is that why to go to 1 to 2 if there is something called grace? Why not from 1 to 10? And fortunately I have succeeded. From 170 I went to 200. And from 155 went to 170, from 270 to 200. And 250 also within an inch or so. But it took me a month or so, I was disappointed. Otherwise 250 I would have been successful. If I do now 250 I will have to do. But I started in between, there was no 210, 20. Just I did it to know my present capacity. Otherwise, after 200 I went to 250 and I was almost successful, but not fully successful.